You're 24. It's 11 p.m. on a Tuesday in Cincinnati, and you're sitting in an orange plastic chair that wobbles on one leg, watching a stranger's jeans spin. The floor smells like Tide and dryer heat. A kid is doing homework on a spiral notebook, using his backpack as a desk. His mom is trying to fold a fitted sheet in the corner. The corners never come out right. She starts over again. There are 22 washers in this building. You open notes on your phone. $3.50 a cycle. 4 cycles a day. $308 a day. Just from washers. The owner hasn't been in since Thursday. The floor hasn't been mopped since October. The place still nets $6,200 a month. You go home and don't sleep. 7 years later, a regional operator wires $4.8 million into your account on a Wednesday morning. You are 31. The orange plastic chair is still in store one. Still wobbles on the same leg. Only now, it's yours. This is how far you can go owning a laundromat, and what it actually costs to get there. If you like breakdowns of how businesses actually get built from the inside, subscribe. New video every week.
Stage 1. The first store.
You're 24. 4 months of research before you spend $1. You drive to 23 laundromats across 3 counties. You sit in parking lots at 8 a.m. counting people walking in with laundry bags. The 60-pound machines are always full first. Comforters, dog beds, the things that don't fit at home. The attendants always know which machine is about to break. They tap it twice on the side and it runs another week. You write that down. You find a 1,800 square foot space in a strip mall between a Family Dollar and a nail salon. 7 out of 10 people in this zip code rent. That's the only number that matters for location. You sign a 7-year lease. Your older brother calls and says you're locking yourself in. You tell him the lease isn't the risk, it's the asset. A laundromat without a long lease is a machine collection, not a business. He's quiet. Then he says, okay. In Dayton, a laundromat is closing. Owner retiring? Speed Queen and Huebsch, 6 years old, built to run 20. You buy the whole floor for $61,000. Flatbed North. The plumber finishes Tuesday. The electrician takes until Wednesday and leaves coffee cups on every surface. You mop the floor yourself Thursday morning. Nobody carries quarters anymore, except one man. He shows up day 3 with a Crown Royal bag full of them. You already have the change machine waiting. You knew he was coming. Card readers on every other machine. $8,400 total. Folding tables from Restaurant Depot. Laundry carts with the squeaky wheel nobody fixes. Tide Pods, Downy, OxyClean in the vending machine. A mop and a written schedule for using it. Total investment, $218,000. $58,000 of your own. 4 years in logistics, 1 roommate. The Civic, not buying much. SBA loan for the rest at 7.2%. Monthly payment, $1,860. Month 1, $8,200 gross. You check the app before your feet hit the floor every morning. A woman leaves a red sock in dryer 7 every single week. Never notices. You start setting it on her usual machine before she arrives. She never says thank you. She doesn't know you do it. 3 months in, a pipe bursts behind dryer 4 at 2 a.m. on a Saturday. You get the call at 2:14. You are there by 2:45 in sweatpants with a wet vac from Home Depot. The plumber cost $1,800. You lose 1 Saturday of revenue. You add a leak sensor to every machine connection the following week. $340 total. You never get that call again. End of year 1. $138,000 gross. $31,400 net. 22.7% margin. You keep your day job but find one that gives you Saturdays off. It pays $4,000 less. Best trade you make that year?
Stage 2. Wash and fold.
You're 25. Month 14. A woman walks in with 2 hefty garbage bags and asks if you do drop-off. She's in scrubs. Been on her feet since before you woke up. You say yes before you have any system for it. You write her name on masking tape. Maria. You wash it that night. Fold it on the counter while your phone plays something you won't remember. Plastic bag. Rubber band around the receipt. She picks it up Thursday. $34 cash. $5 tip. Thank you. That's it. You build the system in 2 weeks. Blue IKEA bins. Label maker from Staples, $29. Legal pad by the counter, $9 a pound. 2 pound minimum. Back in 24 hours. You hire Keisha, 4 blocks away. Needs hours that end at 3 p.m. for her kids. She folds faster and cleaner than anyone you've watched. Collars flat, sleeves straight, stacked like it came from a store. Within 3 weeks, she knows every regular by name. She knows which bin belongs to the man from 3B before he walks through the door. She sets it out without being asked. She never is. One photo on the neighborhood Facebook group, $0 on marketing. Week 1, wash and fold, $740. Month 6, $8,400. 43% of total gross at higher margin than machines because the machines are already paid for, and Keisha is the only variable cost. The wash and fold customer spends 3 times more than the self-service customer. They don't argue about price. They hand you a garbage bag full of their life and trust you with it. That is a different business than quarters in a slot. Year 2 gross, $196,000. Net, $52,800. You quit the day job in October. Your mom asks if you're sure. You show her the app. She says okay. She starts doing her laundry at your store. She always tells you when the floor needs mopping. She is usually right.
Stage 3. Pickup and delivery.
You're 26. A text at 7:43 p.m. Do you guys do pickup? I live on Maple. Too busy to come in. You stare at it 40 seconds, then, yes. When works for you? Friday, you drive your Civic to her apartment with a laundry basket in your trunk. Scrubs. Same tired eyes as Maria. 2 bags. Double shift. You say you'll have it back Sunday. She closes the door before you finish the sentence. Monday morning, Honda Odyssey on Facebook Marketplace. $11,400. 94,000 miles. Smells like French fries and someone's dog. Magnetic signs on both doors. You hire Gerald. 64, retired postal worker. Knows every street by memory. Irons his shirts before every shift. Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. He calls the night before if anything changes. Every time, for 6 years. Sense app for routing and customer texts. $149 a month. It messages customers when their order's picked up, when it's washing, when it's ready. Most have never gotten a text from a laundromat. Gerald says people aren't used to being kept informed. He says the post office never figured that out either. In month 4, Gerald calls from a customer's driveway at 6 p.m. on a Thursday. The van won't start. You drive across town, transfer the orders to your Civic, finish the route yourself. You get home at 9:30. The next morning, you buy a second van. $8,900. You don't wait for the business to tell you twice. Month 6 pickup revenue, $11,400. End of year 3, $312,000 gross. $87,400 net. 28% margin. One Thursday, Gerald says he thinks you should open a second location. You've been thinking about it since month 8.
Stage 4. The mistake.
You're 28. You open store 3 because the rent is low. $1,900 a month. It feels like a deal. Low rent and low traffic is not a deal. It is a slow drain that looks cheap right up until the drain is the only thing you can see. There is a man who comes in every Thursday with a newspaper folded under his arm. Sports section facing out. He reads it in the orange plastic chair by the window while his clothes wash. He's been doing this at different laundromats for 20 years. He told you that once while you were mopping around his feet. You said you hoped he'd be coming in 20 years from now. He smiled and turned the page. Month 6, gross, $7,400. Break even, $11,200. Gap, $3,800 every month. Like a slow leak in a tire, you keep hoping will seal itself. You close it in month 9, $14,000 in penalties. When you post the notice on the door, the man with the newspaper is standing outside. He reads it, nods once, walks back to his car. You think about him when you sign the exit paperwork. Kitchen table, cold coffee, 3 things on a piece of paper. You cannot fix a location. Machine turns matter more than rent. Closing what doesn't work is not failure. Holding on because you signed is. You tape it inside the cabinet above the sink. You read it every morning. You will read it 1,100 more times before the sale closes. Year 5 across 3 active stores. $980,000 gross. $196,000 net. Down from year 4. You know exactly why. You fix it.
Stage 5. The system. You're 29. You hire Renee. 11 years in dry cleaning operations. Starts Monday. By Friday, she's found a cheaper detergent vendor and caught your linen supplier billing you for Tuesday routes they weren't running. $58,000 a year. She earns it before week 2 ends. Renee texts at 8:47 every morning. Machine issues, staffing, overnight cycle counts. Gerald manages 4 drivers and 2 vans. Keisha trains new attendants at stores 5 and 6. She shows them how to fold fitted sheets so the corners come out right. Most of them are surprised there's a right way. Stores 5, 6, 7 open in 14 months. Same checklist every time. One page in a manila folder in your car. You've stopped guessing. You know what a good location looks like before you walk through the door. Year 6 combined gross across 7 stores. $2.4 million. Net, $912,000. You buy the building under store 2. The rent that used to leave on the first now build something. First property you own, not the last.
Stage 6. The sale.
You're 31. Store 8 opens in February. By summer, all 8 stores are running. Pickup routes across 3 zip codes, wash and fold that Keisha oversees across 4 locations, maintenance agreements with 2 apartment complexes that send their laundry weekly without being asked. Then Patterson calls. 34 laundromats across the Midwest. He says it in the first 5 minutes. I want the platform, not just the machines. Your broker sends out the package. 2 offers come back. Patterson's team spends 6 weeks in your books. Every lease, every machine log, every sense report going back 3 years. They ask why store 3 closed. You tell them you shut it down after 9 months because traffic never came. The CFO nods. That's the answer he wanted. Final number? $4.8 million. 80% cash at close. 20% seller note at 6% over 3 years. Renee stays through 24 months. Gerald stays, you make it a condition. Patterson doesn't push back. You sign in October. 4 copies, black pen. Your hand is steady. Wednesday morning the wire clears. You read the notification twice. You put the phone down. You make coffee. You pay off the $31,000 left on the original SBA loan that afternoon. The one you signed at 24.
The one your brother said was too long.
Renee texts that evening. Good. You write back. Thank you. Gerald sends a thumbs up at 9 p.m. Keisha doesn't text. She was never much for that. You see her Monday when you hand over the keys. She's already trained her replacement. She didn't wait to be asked. There are 30,000 laundromats in America. 95% survival rate over 5 years, highest of any small business category. 90% of customers come back every week. The median household income of a laundromat customer is $28,000. People needed clean clothes in 2008. They needed them in 2020. They need them now. Clean clothes are not discretionary. The $4.8 million is not for 140 washers and 2 Odysseys and a Sense subscription and a soap machine selling Tide Pods one at a time. It's for doing math and notes at 11 p.m. when nobody asked. For signing a lease your brother said was too long. For driving across town on a Thursday at 6 p.m. to finish Gerald's route. For the man with the newspaper who nodded and walked back to his car. For paying Renee before the business could afford it. For Keisha, who trained her own replacement without being asked. The last time you visit store 1 before the close, the floor is clean. A kid is doing homework on a spiral notebook, backpack as a desk, sneakers untied. His mom is in the corner with a fitted sheet. Starting over, corners never coming out right, the way they never do for anyone who hasn't learned the trick. The orange plastic chair is still there, still wobbles on the same leg. A phone is charging in the outlet next to the change machine. The cord stretched across the floor where people keep stepping over it without looking down. She doesn't know your name. She doesn't know about the lease or the man with the newspaper or the 7 years. She's just doing laundry. You don't sell the first store. Some things you close. Some things you keep running. If this is the kind of breakdown you want to see every week, subscribe. Next one drops soon. You don't want to miss where that one goes.